This person sees you as a pillar of mental strength, a figure whose inner fortitude cannot be shaken by outside forces or subtle manipulations. Your resilience is not something you merely display in moments of difficulty, it is something you embody, a constant presence that shapes how you move through the world. Every challenge you face, every obstacle placed in your path, you meet with a calm determination that seems almost unearthly. They have tried, in the past, to understand what fuels this strength, and perhaps even, consciously or unconsciously, tested its limits, but each attempt has only shown them that you are immovable in your resolve. Rather than being intimidated into retreat, they are drawn closer to you, fascinated by your ability to remain steady when so many others would falter. Your strength is magnetic, a force that draws them in no matter how much they may try to resist or reason with themselves. Even in moments when they have hesitated or held themselves back, they have found that your presence calls to them, pulling them toward you with an intensity they cannot ignore. What sets you apart is not simply that you are strong, but that you have achieved a rare and extraordinary balance between heart and mind, between feeling and reason. You have mastered the art of emotional equilibrium, refusing to be ruled by impulsive reactions or fleeting moods. In every interaction, you carry yourself with poise and composure, no matter how charged the situation might be. You do not rush to judgment, nor do you allow yourself to be swayed by temporary emotions. Instead, you take a breath, you center yourself, and you respond from a place of clarity and wisdom. This ability to stay grounded under pressure is one of the most striking qualities about you. It sets you apart from others, lending you an aura of stability that is both comforting and awe-inspiring. To be in your presence is to feel a sense of calm, as though the chaos of the world has been momentarily hushed. Your commitment to staying true to yourself is unwavering. When you make a decision, whether it is about love, life, or personal growth, it is never tentative or half-hearted. When you close a chapter, it is a firm and final act, not a symbolic gesture or an empty declaration. That decisiveness is refreshing to those who witness it, though it can also be intimidating, particularly to those who once underestimated the depth of your resolve. For this person, that realization has come with time and, unfortunately, with the pain of hindsight. Looking back, they are filled with regret for not having taken your connection more seriously when they had the chance. They acknowledge that they tested the waters rather than fully committing, dipping their toes into the possibility of what you shared instead of trusting their instincts and diving in wholeheartedly. It was a mistake that cost them dearly, one they cannot easily forgive themselves for. Now, with the benefit of distance and reflection, they see what they lost, and they feel the weight of it every day. They long for your attention, not out of vanity or a desire to control, but because they recognize the depth of your character, the authenticity you embody, and the rare kind of love you were willing to offer. They admire you, your strength, your integrity, your refusal to let anyone else's judgment define you, but they are also haunted by the knowledge that they misjudged you in the past. They once dismissed your emotions, perhaps even dismissed you entirely, in ways that now feel cruel and undeserved. They may have labeled you as too much or even crazy, words that now echo in their mind with a sting of deep shame. That shame is not fleeting, it is a constant presence, a reminder of their own fallibility and the ways in which their fear, pride, and immaturity got in the way of something profound. Memories of your time together rise in their mind like waves, bringing with them both nostalgia and pain. They are reminded of moments they once took for granted, quiet conversations, laughter that came easily, the sense of comfort that existed simply in being near you. These memories are bittersweet, filled with longing for what once was and the ache of knowing they let it slip through their fingers. In hindsight, they see the value of what they shared, the significance of your presence, and the depth of the bond they failed to honor. Despite this regret, they take some small measure of comfort in knowing that you have never compromised your integrity. You are, and always have been, someone who lives by your own truth. Your strength and your refusal to be defined by the opinions of others are part of what makes you extraordinary. Seeing this in you has forced them to look at themselves with a harsher, more honest lens. You inspire them, even now, to become better, to reflect, to grow, and to shed the parts of themselves that once held them back. They no longer see you as just a strong woman, they see you as a force of nature, a presence so commanding and undeniable that it demands respect. Your resolve draws others to you almost instinctively, just as it draws them still. They faltered before, but now they are determined to make things right. Your influence has left a permanent mark on them, changing how they see themselves and the world. They carry with them the heavy awareness of the role they played in your unhappiness. They cannot escape the knowledge that their actions, or lack of action, caused you pain. It is a burden they bear with deep regret. They look back now and see a series of missteps, missed opportunities, and misguided beliefs that slowly eroded the foundation of what you once shared. For that, they are truly, deeply sorry. Since your separation, they have been on a journey of self-examination, forced to confront uncomfortable truths about who they were and how they behaved. The realization of what they had lost struck them with the force of a tidal wave. They were blind to the depth of your love, the significance of your presence, and the fragility of the bond between you. In their arrogance, they believed they could do no wrong, that their words and actions carried some inherent righteousness that would keep you tethered to them. That illusion was shattered the day you walked away. It was a brutal but necessary awakening. Your absence left them unmoored, struggling to find their footing in a world that suddenly felt emptier, colder. They have since committed themselves fully to self-improvement, diving deep into the shadows of their own psyche to uncover fears, insecurities, and flaws they had long ignored. The process has been painful, marked by moments of raw discomfort and profound revelation. They have had to admit to their own selfishness, their lack of empathy, and their failure to nurture the relationship. Yet, through that pain, they have also discovered resilience and a determination to become someone better. They have learned to sit with their flaws without being consumed by them, to confront their demons without losing sight of the person they wish to become. Every day feels like a battle against regret, against despair, against the darkness of their own mistakes, but it is a battle they continue to fight. They are driven by the hope that redemption is possible, by the desire to make amends and to prove that they can be the partner you deserve. What haunts them most is the realization of how much they took you for granted. They assumed your love was permanent, unconditional, immune to the wear and tear of neglect. They thought you would always be there, no matter how they acted. They see now how wrong that was. They failed to see the sacrifices you made, the quiet ways you enriched their life, and the deep well of love you offered. And yet, even now, even after everything, one truth remains unshaken: their love for you endures. It burns within them, a steady flame that refuses to go out no matter how much time passes. You are their heart, their soul, their compass. They cannot imagine a future that does not include you in it. They know that words alone are not enough to undo the pain they caused, but every word they speak now comes from the deepest, most sincere part of their heart. Every apology is genuine, every promise they make is one they intend to keep. They are ready to prove themselves, to put in the effort, to rebuild what was lost brick by brick if only given the chance. The silence between you feels unbearable to them. Every day without contact feels like another layer of distance being laid down, another barrier that will have to be torn apart. They are torn between reaching out and holding back, terrified of choosing the wrong moment. In the quiet hours of the night, when the world is still, their mind is filled with thoughts of you. They wonder if you are awake, wrestling with the same questions that haunt them. They wonder if you think of them at all, or if your life has moved on entirely. This uncertainty gnaws at them, but even so, they remain steadfast in one desire: to be the best version of themselves for you. They are ready to cast off their insecurities, to quiet their doubts, and to approach you with care and thoughtfulness. They want to ensure that every action they take reflects the depth of their feelings and their commitment to growth. Their passion for you is unquenchable, an ever-burning fire that consumes their thoughts and drives their actions. There is an undeniable pull that draws them back to you, a connection that goes beyond simple companionship. It feels, to them, like something soul deep, something that defies explanation, as though your very beings are tied together. And yet, they cannot escape the haunting weight of their past behavior. They wince when they recall moments of immaturity, words spoken in haste, actions they now wish they could erase. These memories humble them, bringing them to their knees with the depth of their remorse. Even as they work to become a better person, doubt lingers. They worry that you may have given your heart to someone else, that they are nothing more than a distant memory to you now. Despite this fear, they cannot imagine themselves with anyone else. The thought of seeking comfort in another's arms feels like betrayal, as though it would desecrate the sacred bond they once shared with you. You are not just someone they loved, you are the one they still love, the one who has left an indelible mark on their soul. Each passing day without reaching out feels dangerous, as though silence itself could turn into something permanent, something irreversible. They long to bridge the gap, to reach across the chasm that has formed, to grasp your hand and remind you that the flame between you still burns. They want to rekindle the love that once sustained you both, to hold on to what was beautiful and true. Because in the end, despite the fear, the uncertainty, and the pain, one truth stands above all others: they love you. They have loved you, they still love you, and they will continue to love you, now and always. This love is their compass, guiding them through the darkness, their light in even the deepest shadows. No matter where life takes them, this love will remain their constant, their reason to keep moving forward, their hope that one day, somehow, you might find your way back to each other.